Nice gets you liked. It does not get you paid, promoted, respected, or treated well. The nice woman is the one who stays late without being asked, who takes on the extra work because nobody else will, who softens her opinion so the other person does not feel challenged, who absorbs the awkward silence rather than let someone else sit in their own discomfort, who gives and gives and gives, and then wonders why nobody seems to give back in the same way. She has been told her whole life that this is what makes her a good woman, that generosity, agreeableness, making things smooth, putting others first, these are virtues. And she has spent years performing and slowly discovering that the world does not reward her the way she was promised it would. Niceness is not the problem. The problem is what is underneath the niceness. The problem is what it is costing her. And the problem is the story she has been told about why she should keep paying that cost without complaint. Today, we are taking that story apart. The niceness most women carry is not a personality trait. It is a survival strategy they learned early. Girls absorb very quickly that the world responds better to them when they are agreeable, when they do not cause problems, when they make themselves easy to be around, easy to manage, easy to love. The girl who is too loud gets told she is too much. The girl who asks for too much gets told she is demanding. The girl who pushes back gets told she is difficult. And so she learns. She learns to read rooms before she enters them. She learns to manage other people's moods before they become her problem. She learns to absorb discomfort rather than create it. She learns that being easy is how you stay safe. That strategy gets carried into adulthood and into every environment: the boardroom, the relationship, the friendship, the negotiation. The woman who learned that making herself easy was how she was loved and accepted will keep making herself easy long after she has the power to operate differently. Because the strategy is not conscious anymore. It is identity. It is who she believes she is. The woman who calls herself a people pleaser as though it is a fixed character trait is usually a woman who has never examined where the people pleasing came from, or what it was originally protecting her from, or what it would mean to put it down. Niceness is not just a social dynamic. It is an economic one, a professional one, and a psychological one. And women are paying across all three. Here is what niceness is actually costing women: the salary she did not negotiate. Research consistently shows that women negotiate their salaries less frequently than men, and when they do, they ask for less. The common explanation is confidence. The real explanation is conditioning. Women have been taught that asking for more is greedy, that knowing your value and stating it out loud is arrogant, that the good woman is grateful for what she is given rather than strategic about what she is owed. The result is a pay gap that has a niceness problem at its center. Every woman who accepted the first offer, who did not push back, who told herself she did not want to rock the boat, paid for that niceness in pounds and dollars and years. The opportunity she did not take. Nice women wait to be invited. They do not put themselves forward for the promotion until they are certain they are fully ready, which is a standard they apply to themselves that almost no man applies to himself. They do not speak first in the meeting. They do not claim the credit for the idea they had. They do not make themselves visible in the rooms where visibility matters, because visibility feels like taking up too much space, and taking up too much space is not what a good woman does. The boundary she did not hold. The nice woman absorbs what other women would address. She lets things slide, tells herself it is not worth the conflict, convinces herself she is being the bigger person. But there is a difference between choosing not to engage and being unable to. The woman who cannot hold a boundary is not being gracious. She is being controlled by the fear of what holding it would cost her. And the people around her learn exactly what they can get away with, because she has shown them repeatedly that the cost of crossing her lines is nothing. The self-esteem she has slowly handed over. Every time a woman minimizes herself, softens her opinion, laughs at something that was not funny, agrees with something she does not believe, stays in a room she should have left, she sends herself a message. The message is that her comfort, her truth, her needs are less important than other people's ease. Repeated often enough, that message becomes a belief. And the woman who has spent years making herself easy to be around eventually finds that she has made herself easy to dismiss. Most women know they should advocate for themselves. They know they should negotiate. They know they should speak up, hold the boundary, take up the space. The knowing is not the problem. The problem is the fear of what happens when they do. The backlash for women who stop being nice is real and it is specific. The woman who negotiates her salary is perceived as aggressive, where a man doing the same is perceived as confident. The woman who speaks her opinion directly without softening it first is called difficult, where a man doing the same is called decisive. The woman who declines, sets a limit, or refuses to absorb someone else's discomfort is described as cold, selfish, a lot to deal with. The social penalty for a woman who takes up space unapologetically is different in kind and in degree from the penalty applied to men who do the same. Women know this. They have experienced it. And so the calculation many women make is that the cost of stopping is higher than the cost of continuing. It is easier to stay nice than to deal with what happens when you are not. That calculation needs to be interrogated because what it is actually saying is that other people's comfort is worth more than your salary, your opportunities, your authority, and your self-respect. And when you lay it out that plainly, it becomes very difficult to justify. The backlash is real and it is survivable. And the women who have come through it will tell you that what was on the other side of it was worth every uncomfortable moment of getting there. Reclaiming authority means stopping the performance of smallness that was never yours to begin with. It means negotiating every time, without apology, without excessive justification, without softening the number before you have even said it out loud. Your value is not a request. State it. It means speaking first in the rooms where your voice belongs. Your opinion does not need to be the last one in the room after everyone else has gone. It does not need to be wrapped in qualifiers before you offer it. Say what you think. Let the room respond. That is what authority sounds like. It means claiming credit. The idea you had, the work you did, the results you produced, it belongs to you. A woman who consistently deflects credit or shares it unnecessarily, who says, oh, it was really a team effort when the team did not show up the way she did, is training the people around her to assign her contributions less value. Stop doing that. It means getting comfortable with other people's discomfort. When you hold a boundary, when you say no, when you ask for what you want and mean it, some people will be uncomfortable. That discomfort is not your responsibility. You are not here to manage other people's feelings about you choosing yourself. Their discomfort is information about their expectations of you. It is not a reason to stand down. It means demanding more and feeling entitled to it. Entitled in the true sense. You are entitled to be paid what you are worth. You are entitled to take up the space your presence commands. You are entitled to be treated with basic dignity without having to earn it through years of proving you are not a burden. That is not arrogance. That is a woman who has understood what she is owed. This needs to be said clearly because the argument for staying nice almost always comes wrapped in the language of virtue. I am just a kind person. I genuinely like making people feel good. I do not want to be one of those women who is hard to be around. Kindness and smallness are not the same thing. Kindness comes from fullness. It is what happens when a woman has enough, feels enough, is settled enough in her own worth that giving to others costs her nothing because she is giving from surplus. That kind of kindness is genuine and it is sustainable, and it adds something real to every room it enters. Smallness comes from fear. It is the managed, careful, preemptively accommodating version of a woman who has learned that taking up too much space is dangerous. That version of niceness is not generosity. It is self-protection dressed up as virtue. And it costs the woman performing it everything while producing the impression from the outside that she is giving freely. The goal is not to be less kind. The goal is to be kind from a place of genuine choice rather than from a place of fear. To give because you want to, not because you are afraid of what happens if you do not. To be warm because that is who you are, not because warmth is your strategy for being accepted. A woman who operates from that place is generous without being exploitable. Present without being available to everyone. Warm without being a resource that anyone can draw on without asking. She is kind with a floor. And that floor is not unkindness. It is self-respect. The world will keep taking from women who make themselves easy to take from. It is not personal. It is just what happens when there is no floor. Build the floor, negotiate the salary, put your hand up. Hold the boundary. Speak first, claim the credit. Let people be uncomfortable with your no. Your niceness should be a choice you make from fullness, not a tax you pay to be accepted. And any version of your life that requires you to make yourself smaller to maintain it is a version of your life that is not fully yours. Demand more. Feel entitled to it. Get comfortable with the discomfort of people who preferred you when you were easier to manage. I'll see you in the next one.